Okay, hi, hey book lovers, and today I've got with me Sun Hui, and he's gonna share a book with us, and it's by Bill Gates. But before we go on with that, I'd just like Sun Hui to just share a little bit about his background and what he does besides reading books. Sun Hui?
Okay. Basically, my full-time job is a software developer, but I think more people in this book community, especially the Kindle community, will know me as a co-founder of this Kindle Malaysia. All right. My daytime job is software developer developing civil engineering applications for civil engineers. But this Kindle thing was started by me and my ex-roommate, Mr. Tan, 10 years ago. Yeah, so I was quite actively involved in the community also. I joined this Kindle monthly fan gathering. Yeah.
I'm just curious, what Kindle are you using right now? What model?
Oh, basically, I got two Kindles actually, and they are old models. You won't be able to get it right now. I got a basic Kindle 2016. Yeah, the model that did not have light.
So what's the title of the book?
The title is called How to Prevent the Next Pandemic by Bill Gates. Yeah.
Right, and the first takeaway.
Okay, this is how it looks like on the Kindle. Can you see? Yeah. But if you are reading it from, you are not seeing it from the screen, but you're reading it, then you'll find that it's actually very eye friendly. Okay, let's move on to the first takeaway. For me, from this book. All right. So first takeaway I can gain is that pandemic is something that has been with us for a long time. You know, a lot of people they are young, okay, or maybe they're not so young. But this COVID-19 is the first ever pandemic that they've gone through. So they feel like, oh no, this is the end of the world. Right? This is the end of the world, but it is actually not. Pandemic has been with us since there is human civilization. Yeah. Okay. In 13th century, we have this Black Death. Yeah. That killed like 1/3 of the European population. Of course, Black Death also caused a lot of death in other parts of the world, like China. But then we didn't really know how much people it killed. Yeah. But then the thing is that Black Death was a lot more potent compared to COVID-19. Right. And in 1918, just right after World War I, we have this Spanish flu. Right? Spanish flu. They also killed a lot of people. It's a few orders of magnitude more than what COVID-19 killed. Yeah. But this COVID-19 is the one that we encountered. That's why we feel that, oh no, this is a very big thing. But if you take a long-term view, looking over the long horizon of this human civilization, you'll find this COVID-19 is comparatively less damaging than other pandemics, right? Less damaging. And why this is the case? It is because we have vaccine. We developed vaccine in recorded time. And this is something that actually Bill Gates play a huge role. Not really in terms of developing the vaccine itself, yeah, but in terms of funding the vaccines development and in terms of distributing the vaccines to the other parts of the world, the less developed parts of the world. Yeah. So that's
Bill Gates funded the vaccines that we know today.
Actually, he funded quite a number of vaccines, like the malaria vaccines.
What about the COVID vaccine?
The COVID, let me try to. I think he did not actually funded it. He did not directly funded it. It was funded by US government. It was funded by maybe the self-funding like Pfizer. But he actually played a part in distributing the vaccines more equally. Because what happens is that when people do vaccines, they are not charity, all right? They want to get a return. So if you develop the vaccines for the poor region of the country, they don't really see the economic benefit out of it. So you have to actually cajole them, have a discussion with them, and convince them that this is the right thing to do. Despite foregoing your perceived profits, you are actually doing the right thing. You have to have people to go and convince them. And Bill Gates actually played a very important role in this. Okay, my second takeaway is that about this Bill Gates. For those who were in Bill Gates industry, for those who were in IT industry, we all know who Bill Gates were and are. Yeah, he is the founder of Microsoft. Yeah, but then after in 2000, like 20 years ago, he decided to take a step back. He decided that he have had this corporate life enough. He wanted to do charity, and before he fully retired from Microsoft, he was known as a ruthless entrepreneur, right? Someone who would just squash competitors. Anyone remember Netscape? Yeah. Oh, maybe a lot of you are just too young to know what Netscape is or was. Yeah, Netscape was squashed by Microsoft Internet Explorer. Yeah, because Bill Gates, or rather Microsoft, used this anti-competitive behavior. Because of that, he got into trouble with US antitrust department. So after that incident, I don't know whether it's coincident or not, he decided, okay, I have enough. I don't want to do this corporate thing anymore. I wanted to focus on my next life, which is becoming an entrepreneur. And to that, he used his wealth to fund this foundation called Bill and Melinda's Foundation, and he managed to convince his best pal, Warren Buffett, yeah, also one of the richest person in the world, to donate all the money into this fund. To do what? To develop vaccines, to upgrade, so to say, the health infrastructure for the third world country. Yeah, because you see that the first world country, they can fend for themselves. Yeah, they can take care of themselves. But for third world countries, like the African countries, there are a lot of diseases, a lot of needs that are not met, and there is no equality in terms of this health infrastructure for the first and third world. Yeah. So that's something that he can play a role, and he wanted to bridge the gap. So I would say that he actually was pretty successful in that. Yeah, because he did a lot of things through his foundation to help combat malaria and to improve the living standards for the people in the poor countries. Yeah, so I would say that the second takeaway is that you can always reinvent your life. Yeah, right. If you want to read about how he contributed to this COVID-19 in particular, and also to other pandemics, right? You can read this book, How to Prevent the Next Pandemics. Yeah, he actually warned us about this kind of pandemics in 2015, 2015. He said that we are not being prepared at all faced with this kind of calamities and this kind of magnitude, and he was right. Yeah, so yeah, you have to read the book to find out what is his suggestion in actually preventing the next pandemic. There will be another one. Yeah.
Did he write a lot about his future predictions?
Well, he did predict that we are going to get the next pandemic for sure. For sure.
When would that happen?
Right. No one knew. No one knows. But then it's going to happen because pandemics, they just come. Virus that evolves all the time. Yeah, and because we are actually encroaching into the nature. Yeah, we are encroaching in nature. We have to have development. We have more contact with the wildlife. There is a higher and higher chance that the virus can mutate. Previously, the virus can only survive on animals. But then as we have more exposure to them, they can jump on us, and then they evolve into something else that can spread among human beings. And actually, this is how this COVID-19 comes about. It was actually started off with a bad kind of disease. Yeah, it only can survive on it host is this bad, but then because of human intermingling with this bad, and then it becomes COVID. So next pandemic is inevitable. It's definitely inevitable. What is inevitable is the deaths, this kind of destruction that we saw with this COVID. This is inevitable. Yeah. The last takeaway is that we talk about the positive image of Bill Gates in a lot of people, but we want to talk about the other side of the coin. I want to talk about that.
The negative
the
image.
Anti-vaxxers. Those who really hate vaccines. Yeah. Bill Gates.
What about that?
He's also featured prominently as a villain in this whole COVID episode. Yeah, because a lot of people see him as the guy who actually manufactured the COVID-19 virus and who actually want to control the world through the vaccine. Yeah, there are these kind of people. And they have all these rumors and conspiracies, like, oh, Bill Gates actually put this kind of tracking code inside a microchip, which is put inside the vaccine. So if you take the vaccine, the microchip will go into your body, and the government or the Illuminati or the Satan or whoever, the bad guy, can track you. Yeah, they can track you, and then you are under their control, that kind of thing. I would think that this kind of conspiracy talk is definitely meaningless. Yeah, it's only for the fool, right? It's only for the fool. But when I talk to my friends, there are actually quite a number of them, and they are actually quite intelligent. Quite a number of them actually believe in this, so they don't want to take vaccines. They don't want to take vaccines because they say, oh, this is just another conspiracy to get us under control by this Illuminati, for example. So I would say that this is actually a very sad thing. Vaccine is a good thing, yeah. It protects us. There is scientific proof saying that it does reduce hospitalization and death. But then these people, they have their own warped mind of thinking. They say that, oh, these are all fake statistics. Everyone is conspired together to tell a wrong picture. So I always say that their thinking is actually quite fascinating, because how can you argue with so much statistics? Apparently they can. Yeah, they can. And what is really interesting is that it's not like they are always anti-statistics, anti-science all the time. Yeah, they will also pick on so-called science to back up their own assertion. They say, you see, this you can find that in newspaper. It's also reported that Pfizer vaccine also causes a lot of side effects. A lot of people actually took jabs of Pfizer or vaccines, and then they died, or they have encountered some complications. So this vaccine is not good. Well, I think that's really what is fascinating me. So when the facts don't suit them, they will say, okay, these are all manufactured. I cannot believe in this because these are manufactured. They are not true. But when the facts suit them, they will seize upon it and say, you see, this is what the science said. This is what the facts said. So why you want to take vaccines? You should really look after your life, especially your kids' life. Why you let your kids go through these 2 doses of Pfizer vaccines? It is proven to be harmful by science.
All right. Well, thanks for sharing, Soon Hui. I really appreciate it. All this pandemic thing, we all went through it, and I think we can relate to the book very much, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, really appreciate the sharing session.